Welcome. We're back. Okay, so I think I have enough. Oh, I should have enough brightness for all this. I hope. No sharks, please. No sharks. Watch, I find the only shark. Regret. Deep regret. Hi. Hello. Welcome. We're just trying to do the pump mission here. Ah, I wasn't fast enough. These are always really nice. Plus, they got decent high quality when you land it. What's up, Free Rage? We have Lucky. We have Price. Hello. Gonna get a lot of the boxes off this one. So we have 2 bunkers and I guess 1 sealed base, or it's going to be a sealed base, and then we're going to have the unraidable system built in between them. We've worked out the circuit for implementation completely. There might be a few more hiccups, but for the most part I think it's pretty operational. So we're going to give it a shot. It's probably what most of the stream is going to be. We'll have to kind of wait and see how everything shakes out. Ooh, there's another one over there. Let's go over there. Ooh. Hello. When new monument or addition to the game is happening? Dude, yeah, I know, right? We should hear or see something or both this week. I'm hoping they devblog us before a Thursday, but really PTB's update could happen at any time. So, yeah. Oh, that's a shark. No thanks. I'm good on that. Has there been any new RCE info? No, sadly. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. What's up, by the way, Court? What's up, baby? I say hello to everybody we have. We just need 4 more and we got a pumpy. So we have a lot of metal cooked up. I was playing a little bit earlier to kind of collect some materials, so we should have all the stuff we need. I'm pretty certain. We're pretty close to it. Doing great? Fantastic. I don't really see anything. What's up, Mr. Bandito? Hello. What's up, man? There's like a mark out here. I hit it. There's nothing. So I've owned the game since the start, and they keep pushing it further and further away. And like they need to fix certain things. 100%. 100%. Okay, somebody drove by. I was like, wow, if somebody jacked my boat, that's crazy. Yeah, they really need to get on top of it, and they need to start communicating. I think if we don't see something going tomorrow, I'll have to. Because my hope is like by dropping these videos, kind of talking about the management and stuff, that they address it or talk about it or send their minions forward to talk about it. Something, anything. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get a reaction out of them that's anything, so we can like figure out what's going on. All we got was an NDA, and it's like, thanks. Did you notice the dev posting a lot more on Discord? Do you know what dev it is? Yeah, I mean, Discord's okay, but that shouldn't be your main form of communication. But if it's one of the developers, maybe that's the only channel they have, because they can't do it any other way. Oh, it's Luke? Okay. Yeah, that's cool. And that's the thing, when you see the developers communicating like that, which is great, but like the main community manager isn't saying much, it says a lot, don't you think? And again, I think their hands are tied. Dare I say, and this is pure speculation on my part, I can't remember the guy's name before. He was talking a lot and actually responding quite a bit, and I don't think the management liked it very much. He went and said as much, and then later on he quote-unquote moved on to another, you know what I mean? Like he left the company, which is kind of corporate speak for we pushed you out in most cases, like I said, allegedly. Kind of have to wait and see what that all means. Trevor says, are you playing on your monthly server, brother? I don't have a monthly server up at the moment. So you are playing on somebody else's server, which is fine, but I can't, unless it's this server ID, it ain't me. Did that rhyme? I think that rhymed. Oh, I should probably dive and see if there's anything under here. What's up, Court? Thanks for the 5 months. He says, you're a poet. And you didn't even know it. Ah. Rhyming again. It reminds me of the Dave Chappelle thing where he's like, I rhyme and I rip and I run. With Dylon spit, I spit hot fire. Dude, isn't Dave Chappelle like 2-0 now? R. Kelly and now P. Diddy. He's kind of right about everything. Dylon, spit hot fire. If I didn't run into that, I never would have seen that. Been down sick with bronchitis, but still better now. How long were you out for, dude? I've known a lot of people that have been out with bronchitis. Well, hopefully you're feeling better. How do you join the D11 team? Probably on their website if you're talking about like signing up for the company. But I promise you, when you sign up, you're going to be NDA'd by you taking the job, so you won't be able to talk or else you'll lose your job most likely. Right? Probably. DOA Mike says, why does it feel like Rust console's dying? It says ever since. It says, brought Rush Mobile out. Wait, are you saying bro, brush it out? Okay, hang on, let me reread that, because I'm bad at reading. I honestly don't know where I stuck my... That should help. 2 straight weeks, it sucked. Yeah, dude, everybody I know had it for like a week or 2 weeks. That's crazy, man. I left my gasoline in there. Whoops. Less mobile, yes. There's a marker right there. Let's grab that. Here we are again, talking about Rust Console Edition and the current state of things. So, in the interest of maybe lighting a fire under the proper people over at 011 that would make a change, affect a change, I honestly believe it's still the suits. I believe they hold back the community manager and the devs, but I mean, we're talking about this in hopes to maybe push them to answer something, anything, so we know what's going on. Because we're almost halfway through February, and guess what? No communication. We got a teaser of like, hey, something big's coming, promise, and a roadmap. Still nothing on PTB, which needs to be cooked for at least a period of time. You know, if there's any bugs or anything, especially if you're talking like a big update, like some kind of mode of transportation, whether it's helicopters or cars, or even zip lines, whatever. Hot air balloons, we do need time for that to simmer. So we're hoping that we get some communication on this, because we haven't heard anything. All right, and you know, again, we got people talking about Rust Mobile, like DOA Mike's talking about Rust Mobile here in the, he said, why does it feel like Rust console is dying? It says ever since. He says they're rushing Rust Mobile out. I'll tell you what, I mean, you heard me say it like 50,000 times, but Rust Mobile is going to steal their lunch, at least a little bit. Because think about it, if you can kind of plug in your phone to like a mouse and keyboard, play legit, or even a monitor or your TV, why wouldn't you if you've got cars and minis day one, right? Like, it makes sense, you know? It may not be the, but you know, a lot of us here are probably like, yeah, I'd rather not play a mobile. Me personally, yeah, probably, but I'll be honest, I'll be playing it because they've got minis, right? And it also like really pushes the question into like our core systems. I know, quote unquote, a lot of people say it holds them back, but I mean, that's the game it was originally set up for, so they have to support it. But even the core systems have more memory and more processing power than the mobile phones and stuff, right? So I'm not saying it's easy to do the conversion and stuff, but like, what's the deal? You know what I mean? Like, where are they allocating these resources? And for the love, start talking to the community, right? Was it Furry Rage? You were saying that somebody in the Discord, well, the Discord is actually run by just random internet clowns, and occasionally the developers show up, or the community manager, but for the most part, yeah, the Discord is just run by randos that seem to be a little bit upset. But on the off chance that sometimes somebody does speak up, it is nice to see the devs do that. But here's the thing. I do think the devs are also kind of bound by that whole NDA thing. Was it? I can't remember if it was Jeff. What was the other guy's name that, like, left? I mean, I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name. But it was nice because he was actually saying quite a bit. And we did get the impression at the time that the management did not like him speaking, which does track. And he was answering more questions than anybody else, which was fantastic. But then shortly after that, and again, this is speculation, this was like probably 3 years ago, maybe 2 years, 2.5 years ago. But what's crazy is, oh, actually, I think those drops are over here. Let me grab these real quick. I know. Another conversation about lack of communication while we're farming in the water. There it is. Yeah, so like, and then he ended up, quote unquote, leaving the companies, which is usually corporate speak. And again, this is me speculating. Corporate speak for we pushed you out or we canned you, but we did it in a nice way. Again, allegedly, we don't know. But it's just interesting that, or he got disenfranchised and was like, you know what, I can't work like this because why are we getting bound? Which makes sense too. What's that guy's name? Does anybody remember? And he was answering questions left and right, which was great. And answering like real questions. Like we would ask him stuff and he's like, yeah, let me go follow that up. I'm like, perfect, this is what we need. And then Pedro did it for a little bit, and then kind of like we haven't heard anything like that again, like kind of like a Ask Me Anything a little bit, but it was in Discord. Not that Discord's actually being used for anything substantial again. It's mostly just chatter, and then they have some people doing moderation for free, because they actually don't work for Double 11, so. Anybody that has a Double 11 name next to them, they're actually Double 11 employees, but you'll see they just kind of show up for announcements and stuff, which is fine. I mean, people can run their Discord however they want, but just know that most of the conversation that happens on the Discord is unofficial. Unless you see the Double 11 name next to it, then it is. More or less, but it was interesting that some of the devs are actually talking in there, but we hope that they continue that kind of stuff because, dude, we're, like, I cannot tell you how disappointed I'm going to be if we get a week update for February. Like, again, we need February to still have its testing branch, and it needs to cook there for at least 2 weeks, unless they're super confident about it. You know what I mean? Because, like, what if they drop it on testing branch and you need a big patch? Like, then what? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's going to be a massive problem. And we don't want any more delays, that's for dang sure. Like, all we get is delays. So yeah, it's interesting to see where all of this is kind of like coming into play. But I am glad to see that at least Luke is saying something in there. But I don't know, we're hoping that this week we see something, whether it's a dev blog or the testing branch update, which again typically happens on a Tuesday or a Thursday. But for the most part, because we're so late into the month now, you know, we're almost halfway there. You can see PTB get its update at any time. Now, I will be, honestly, I want communication, but I want some mode of transportation. But I am a little nervous that if they're going to bring something in big like transportation, any kind, whether it's flight or on the ground, I'm a little concerned that they're coming in this late with it because I'm almost positive there'll be some kind of hiccup. It's just the nature of the beast, right? Obviously, secretly hoping for, you know, minis, because that's all I want in life, dude. But again, I'll take a car, and it like will echo the same sentiment that a lot of people have. Like, if you're gonna mix it in with some other weird monument, which is fine, please give us parachutes, zip lines, parachutes, some combination of those things. We need the verticality so badly that it's gonna just be like, hey, you know, like we've had dud updates for 4 months now. Slower updates, dud updates, and it's like, hey, I thought we were doing monthly development. Let's push this thing, you know? Said you had your first major raid defense this wipe just after my first big raid. It says had 14 people. And when we got pushed out, a 3x3 it says appeared out of our base. It says we defended it. It was so fun. Those are always a big blast too. Online raid defenses. And again, here's another thought too. Remember, Rust Mobile is a thing. Right? Rust Plus? Well, I'm sorry, not Rust Mobile. I'm sorry. Speaking of online raid defense, it's not Rust Mobile, it's Rust Plus, which is essentially your phone being interconnected with the game even when you're not online, which helps you tremendously, like basically stop any kind of offlines. Like you'll know exactly when somebody's outside your base. Even if you don't plug any electronics or anything, it'll give you a notification when your character dies and by whom or what, or both. And you can just with easy connections connect it up to say like, hey, your walls are getting raided, whatever, and have that send a communication directly to your phone, which in turn you can have lights turn on in your office or room that also go off too. So if you're sleeping, you basically get like a light flashing or something if you really wanted to. Anyways, Rust Plus is a big deal. We have a lot of components for that. As a matter of fact, I don't think I have any of those here, but that'd be a big deal. And like it will push basically online raids more often, which I think a lot of us want. Yeah, watch. Rust Mobile actually has Rust Plus off the rip, too. It won't be like, dude, what's going on? The good news is Rust Plus is made to be hooked into multiple platforms, whether it be PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, whatever, or in this case, maybe Rust Mobile. Still no official word on whether Rust Mobile is going to have that, but at the rate they're going, I don't see why they won't. But I think that would be a big deal, too. So, like, aside from these other big updates that we do want, it would be nice to have Rust Plus, excuse me, I keep wanting to call it Rust Mobile, at some point this year, because I think it would help the solos a lot, or even just the bigger groups, because a lot of people just want online raids, and a lot of people get offline as soon as they go offline. Because of that, you know, I think that turns off some people too. I think it would help the smaller groups and solos, because at least we can get back online to make a fight or do something. It does kind of stink where you spend most of your day or night or whatever building up a base, then you have to sign off because you have work, or you're clapping cheeks, or both, and the next thing you know, you're getting raided. But on the upside, I do know that the Xbox version does have the xCloud option, or also you can do remote play if your console is on. So even right now, if we did have Rust Plus and somehow you got the alarm, you could technically just sign in using your phone. Yes, you would have to use screen controls, but it's better than nothing. At least you can maybe shut doors. If you do have like the controller adapter, or even you can plug in a controller wirelessly to your phone, you could essentially fight back if you have even a halfway decent connection. Which, by the way, I can confirm the remote play does work quite well, even in like worse conditions for your phone. Now, if you start to go into like less than 5G conditions, I don't know how well you can read this motor on. If you go into less than 5G conditions, it does get some weird streaking and stuff, but for the most part, you can do things. You might have a slight delay, so don't expect your FPS combat to be like top-notch, but again, it's better than just getting offline. Do you know what I mean? It's not the worst thing. So yeah, it would be nice to see this communication. Hopefully Luke keeps talking. Hopefully the suits don't squelch him. But as far as you were saying, we couldn't really get much out of him, other than a few things. PlayStation has remote play? Beautiful. Now, I know remote play for the Xbox, if you're doing remote play, has to be just that. Like, your system still has to be on for it to work. But xCloud, essentially, if you have Ultimate for Xbox, which is the Game Pass for us, you can just play it off the cloud. So it is kind of a way to get an upgrade. So if you have an older system, it's kind of a nice way to play it. So that is nice. Or even if you're on, like, a plane or something for work, if there's a fast enough connection, you could technically play Rust. That's freaking hot. So just imagine a world where Rust Plus helps you keep the offlines off, right, basically, and you can essentially respond at any time. So yeah, here's the thing. Like, I know they wanted us to sign an NDA, and you know how I feel about it. I've got a lot of videos on that. If you want to go check them out, I'll link them now. But here's the thing. If they said NDA and they're kind of like hinting that there's going to be content coming out and they're really excited for it, obviously that means some big ticket items. So it has to be some form of transportation. But by the way they phrased it, I'm like, is it not coming out right away? Please don't do it at the end of the year. Please don't wait till half of the year to drop that kind of stuff. Please, we're really going to be floundering. Again, the game's not going to fail by any stretch of the imagination, but it does kind of hurt. It's a swift kick in the old virtual nuts when we... you know, we've been floating around for, what, 4 months now? We have, like, no major communication about it other than, like, hey, something big's coming. We can't tell you or we have to NDA you. Right? It's like, guys, just let us know what's going on. At least pop that roadmap. You know what else is wild, too? It's like they have to wait or check with management to some degree, probably, to drop that roadmap. And that's probably what's taken so long. Again, goes right back to what we've been saying forever. The communication is really bad, and they need to stop micromanaging it. They need to let the people do their jobs. Right? And don't punish Luke. Don't do that. Not that he's going to. We almost freaking... I didn't know my tank was going, dude. That was scary. I thought we were going to eat it for sure. What were we saying? Dude. What's going on? I'm glad you didn't sign the NDA. Yeah, me too. And like, I'm so excited for this game. I love it, even though I know we have kind of a rough patch now for sure. By no stretch of the imagination am I like, oh, the game's doomed or anything like that. Absolutely not. It's just, you know my stance on it. It's doing well, but it could be doing like just absolutely positively off the charts well. Like, no brainer. They just really need to get out of their own way. Again, I sound like a broken record. We've been saying that every time. But yeah, I am too, because literally, because we're so good at figuring out what's coming. If I sign that NDA, I wouldn't be able to tell you about anything, because then if I've been accurate in my predictions, and it's on the NDA and they share it with me, they'd be like, "Oh, you can't talk about that." And it's like, dude, I can't talk about it. Like, literally. Yeah, free Pedro. And here's the other thing: who's Ruszilla? Is that a whole new person? Is that Pedro's alter ego? Pedro keeps kind of floating in and out. Is there like their new guy? I don't know. I know he's been around for a minute, but we had to ditch that last dive site because I almost drowned. It's fine. It's cool, but yeah, they just really need to communicate with us soon, because February is ticking off rapidly, and we need to know what's coming. I mean, I guess at the very least, if we get like a monument that's like, yay, but like not anything major, we need to have some of those other things we talked about, of some kind of verticality. But at the very least, you gotta start communicating to us, like, and let us know why there's a delay. Like, why we're gonna be in year 4 almost, like in May. Where's our transportation? We have horses, that's great, but like cars, dude, what's up with that? We literally know they were messing with it on custom servers. We saw the data for it. We've seen the parts literally floating in the map. Right, I got a video on that. I'll show you that if you want to go check that out. Upper right hand corner, right? But like, why are we waiting on this other stuff? Here's another thing too. Like this past weekend, a lot of weird communication going on with the PSN network, which I think is like network based. But do you guys notice that some of the servers like disappeared and then came back and wiped again for a 3rd time? Do you guys notice that? And then we had like weird seed numbers too, which are almost in line with like the PC seed numbers. And I was like, is this car-based stuff too? Like, this is very strange. Because remember, the map had to change pretty significantly for the ring road system, but also like to even things out for vehicles. Like, we were around for the beta for vehicles on the PC, so like we have a really good idea of what the map was like beforehand and how it changed and how they like evolved it as it came out. So we're starting to see some of that again here, but again, we've seen so many signals for cars and we still don't have them. So it's like, I don't think they're really having a problem with the actual port itself. It just feels like other things are taking priority, or they put it on the back burner. Again, going back to the management, it's like, guys, talk to us. Why are we not doing this? I love that Rust Mobile is going to do it off the rip, because it really kind of forces their hand. And you know what we should start doing? Respectfully, obviously don't be nasty, but we should start posting stuff on the Twitter of like screenshots of Rust Mobile saying, man, it's looking pretty good. You know what I mean? Obviously don't be mean or nasty to anybody, because, you know, wouldn't it be kind of funny to just keep dropping that in there and be like, people will be like, huh? Because here's the thing, I know for a fact that their Monday meetings, Tuesday meetings, whenever they have them, they definitely talk about what's going on in social media. So if that's the main communication that's happening, they're going to have to say something about it, right? I'm just trying to think of a way to get their attention, to be like, hey guys, wake up. Activate the things you have, please. Yes, DOA Mike is absolutely right. In the settings for the custom servers, there was a setting for Junkyard, and Junkyard is tied into cars heavily. it is one of the pieces that are coming in. That was like 2 years. No, I'm sorry. That was over a year ago. And there were even more signals last year to show that not only were the cars being worked on, but like the car parts were in the game, and those parts don't come in until the game has the vehicles, because those weren't just like those rusty pieces you saw on the map. They were like the high quality versions of it that were floating to the surface, because the labs were procedurally generated. So if things were not firing correctly, and we know they were, that's why some of those things were spawning in and then floating to the surface, because all real items have like fake buoyancy, and because of that, that's why those items floated up. But they must have turned them off. Like, we couldn't pick them up, but like the way it was procedurally generating the labs, some of them were being spawned in and then maybe removed, but not fast enough, and then those leftover pieces started floating to the surface. Anyways, point is, we saw a bunch of pieces floating to the surface that are 100% for cars and only cars. Uh-oh. Hold on.
I don't want any problems. I don't want any problems.
I do. Because I don't want any problems. Good luck, sir. He's going to get jumped on that thing. I don't want any problems. I love this game, dude. It's so good. Yeah, we're just hoping that we get the communication. Again, I hope I eat crow and I'm completely wrong, because then that means, hey, we get like a really good update. But let's say that does happen and we get something really big. We get a roadmap this week. Like, please keep up the communication, right? Especially making us wait almost 2 months into the new year before they're like, hey, something good's coming. I guess they did in the devlog say something good's coming, but they gave us no clue as to what was going on. They're just like, hey, you guys got blue balls? Here's some more. You guys like blue balls? What about purple balls? We don't like it. I almost want to drive up on this. Rosilla's the new guy. Is he going to take over that position, or? Here's the thing. Like, why do they need a second guy if management doesn't let the first guy do anything? Oh, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to take any more wooden armor, dude. I have so much at the base. Yeah, so it was interesting. I can't remember the original guy's name that actually left the company, and a lot of this is speculation, but he was talking a lot, which was fantastic, exactly what we wanted. Even gave some hints as to like confirming a lot of the stuff that we kind of knew, as far as management or even the development cycle, or like what things were coming. And soon thereafter, he moved on or got let go. We're not sure. And I thought that was kind of interesting that even then, either he got frustrated or they pushed him out. So either way, it's not good. I don't think he just decided to up and leave. I think there was a good reason to do it, whether the management had it or it was him. And then kind of after that, things just went forever quiet. You know, I think Pedro did a little bit of a Ask Me Anything, but that was it. That was the one time after he left. Maybe it was to help smooth things over. But yeah, it's interesting that they're not really letting them talk either. It doesn't surprise me if they hit creators with an NDA saying, you want to see the roadmap? Carrot, carrot. Cheese in the trap. Sign this. Yeah, it really needs to change. Is there any way we can get their attention respectfully? You know what I'm saying? Without being jerks. Ouch. Yeah, it seems like he's been popping in and out. I know Rosilla is relatively new since like August or September of last year, and then occasionally, yeah, Pedro comes in for some of them. I know they've been releasing other titles and stuff, because obviously Double 11 doesn't just do this ports. They do other things. And I think that the other game they have is called like Blindfire. I think they made that 100%. That's not a port, as far as I understand it. And so that's cool and stuff, so maybe he's, you know, doing some of that, or I don't know. We do know we have a dedicated team for Rust Console Edition, so I'm not worried about resources being pulled off. I'm just worried about management allocating the proper amount of time, resources, or activities for such. Get out of here, get. He saw me for sure, he saw me. If Double 11's going broke, that's a good question. I don't think they are, but if they did, I think the contract would be up. There has to be some kind of clause there. I don't think Gary's that unaware of how things like get played out. So if it does happen like that, I think it'll probably be best for us because I think the you see that little head pop up? We got a little cockroach in the water, boys. Yeah, I don't think I've had a scuba fight in a long time. You see him? Do you see this guy? Try to take our boat. If he has a harpoon, we're done for. There's no way we can survive that. Oh, you're right. Cork, that's an excellent point. Usually bad communication means something upward is happening. Yeah, it's a good point. That's a really good point. I never considered that angle. I don't think so, but it could definitely be. It would explain a lot. Look at these barrels. Ooh. There's some fight going on the hill. We gotta drop off our cargo. Maybe we should slink our way up. Yeah, I hate to be overtly negative all the time, but we really have to have this communication or have them or get their attention in some way, shape, or form. There he is. Must be doing the dive mission. That's an interesting angle I didn't consider. What if they're going under? Or they're having like cuts or something? Is this guy really chasing me? You don't have that heat, brother. Why is he catching up? That was a mistake. What do we do? His air's gotta be less than mine. Let me know comparison. But when management failed to communicate with 300 odd staff, Incorporated, it says me for months. It says they were hit with a redundancy and no real warning, but rumors of bankruptcy. Ah. Well, yeah, that's definitely an interesting angle for sure. Yeah, I think if that did happen, I think there is probably something in their contract that maybe says they can recover that IP. Or the contract, or they can maybe pass it on to somebody else, I would imagine. Dude, this guy's up my cheeks. I don't have time to pop up on a thing either. I have so much loot on me, dude. Well, I mean, we have some. It's not anything crazy, but... This guy can one-tap me, though, with that mace. I'm only at 43%. Well, now we're having a discussion about this stuff. We'll continue once I shake this bum. Yeah, put quotes around your stuff. I can't believe this guy's shit. Actually, I can.
Fight me! Don't be a bitch. I know we're both loaded. We've both been farming this fucking ocean. But I want your shit and you want my shit. Fight me. Your tank's gonna run out before mine. I got 2 of them bitches too, bro. I got 3 actually. Don't fuck with me.
He's not wrong. I'd rather die. Alright, last stand on the shore. Shit. He got me, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Well played, bitch. I'm way too far away from my boat. Ah. Dude. That hurt my feelings. I love that he talks shit to me. That was scary, huh? That's a good question. IQ says, when do you think we're getting the roadmap? We should get it this month, and hopefully we should get it this week, as we're waiting for PTB's update and also the roadmap. So, you know, the way management is with really white-knuckling any information that comes out, I would imagine they have to roadmap by committee, and they've been doing it probably for the last week or 2 weeks, because you know how that goes. Not well. So that's probably why we haven't heard anything. I know the community managers want to say something, but I don't think they're allowed to. So that's kind of where we're at. I hope they don't wait until after this update. I hope they don't give it to us in March or April or whatever. That would really suck. Like, a roadmap needs to be early, you know? Yeah, especially with Rust Mobile on the cusp here. And then, let's be honest, dude, GTA 6 is coming out relatively soon. Well, at the end of the year. It feels soon because we've been waiting for so long, but dude, they better get all the good stuff out now, you know, because all games are going to take a massive dip when that does hit, right? If that's in fall, just assume it's going to be the last 3 months. Just the last of this year is going to be completely shot. And if Rust Mobile's not going to steal your lunch before then, you know what I mean? GTA 6 will. Now, by no means is this game going anywhere, but, you know, if they want to have those numbers up to sell those skins, they better make sure they're dropping something substantial. And they better make sure that they're communicating with us on a regular basis, and also we get the roadmap. I think that's just standard fare. You know what I mean? I don't think that's unreasonable. Yeah, I hope that us talking like this, hopefully they see it in their Monday meeting, Tuesday meeting, whenever it happens, and hopefully we can affect that change we've been looking for so much. I love this game. I can't believe that guy got me out there. I kind of figured that swing was going to get me because I was down on health big time. We were very far away. Let's go see what's going on with that gunfight. Yeah, with Rust Mobile's with Rust Mobile's lower requirements, I almost said communication. With lower requirements and more features, and again with GTA 6 coming, it's like, boys, you better have a strong front of the year. We're almost 2 months in here. Completed. You know, if you knock out the last 3 months at least, if it comes in early October, you're talking like you have less than half a year, or half a year, a little over half a year, to really make a splash. You know, you need some consistent material in here, core mechanics, so people can kind of weather the storm after all the playtime. All games will take playtime hits at the end of this year, no doubt in my mind. And with Rust Mobile, maybe it's not going to back in less than 6 months, you know? I'm sure that's going to cut back too. So if you got some heavy hitters and you've been sitting on your beanbags, now's the time to jump in. I know we sound like a broken record, but something, anything. Talk to us. We need it. You need it. We all need it. Oh, man, I lost that underwater fight. That hurt my feelings, dude. Well, either way, we'll be in the mix playing. We got a lot of fun stuff that's going on already now. We got some cool builds we've been cooking up. And, you know, we'll always be in Rust. Always. Just hoping that we get some core mechanics that we've missed and loved for so long. You know, I want to fly, man. That's all I want to do. I just want to fly. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how all this kind of shakes out. Is that a boar? Yes. Is that also another? Did this bear just go ham on everything or what? Quite literally ham? IQ says, I could get over it, honestly, if we just had blackjack. There's a lot of really cool things they could slide in to kind of help smooth things over. Blackjack's one of them, the gambling caboose. That's all in-game, of course, not real money. YouTube, don't come after us. Yeah, that would be great, you know? We could play the blackjack with other players. That's so much fun to do. And, yeah. I mean, trains, any kind of transportation, vehicles. If we do end up with just cars this year, please, for the love, give us parachutes. And possibly hot air balloons. You know, I do think hot air balloons and parachutes probably go together, even though in the grand scheme of things, they came at separate timelines, kind of with a big gap in between. These parachutes are still relatively new. So are backpacks, to be fair, on the PC side of things. But I think that would help out a lot if they're waiting on the, somehow waiting for the helicopters for whatever reason. We need some kind of verticality and fast. Now remember, anybody kind of scared of minicopters, there are SAM sites. That is the hard counter, one of the hard counters for helicopters. You know what's interesting? Now that we just said this out loud again, I wonder if we'll get the homing rocket that comes with it. Because that came later too, but they do go hand in hand. I jumped up here and I didn't even need to. Interesting to see what we get out of that. Homing rockets are also a hard counter to anything that flies. And it is pretty sweet to... It almost looks like a javelin when you launch it. It's nice. Although HVs are also a nasty way to take down a helicopter. You can do it with a rocket, but you gotta have some big brass ones to pull that off. It's such a droopy shot. Anyways, I digress. I hope that these big updates come through. I hope we get that communication relatively soon. And hopefully the communication stays and they increase it a bit more and they unshackle our community managers, because guys, we can't go through February with a dud update and everyone going, yeah, okay. It seemed like it's okay, yeah. Numbers are up on the thing, on the website. I guess everything's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. Talk to us. Give us the content. What do you think, guys? Okay, just a quick poll. Who here is playing this? You know, I kind of just want to make a poll. I'm going to make a poll. Hold on. This is a no-brainer. There you go. There's the poll. This is for real. Who's playing GTA 6 when it comes out for at least 2 months straight? I know me is 110%. says they want to make more money, start selling some DLCs like weapon rack and swimming pools. It isn't. That's an interesting thing because I think the contracts for that are very different between Double 11 and Face Punch, and because of that, are those wolves coming after me? Let me just walk over here before I get munched again. So I don't think they can necessarily port those over one-to-one. I don't think. It's definitely like that with skins, and it's, I believe, also like that with DLC. Now, it is in a weird space because there are some DLC items that do appear in the game as well. And I think those appear like in the map, but I don't think they can sell those things. And because they can't sell them to make money or percentage of, I don't think they're too interested in doing that. I think they're still trying to stabilize everything, to be perfectly honest, when it comes to like consistent income, because remember, the skins continue the development cost, or they cover that development cost after the game has been sold. So again, you can't be selling skins and making money if the population is low. So we all implore you, Suits, whoever's making the decisions over there, please communicate with us, give us a roadmap, give us some of the bigger features we've been asking for, or at least tell us what's been going on, because I don't think you'll be making a lot of those skin sales if people kind of fall off. We already know that most people are going to fall off by the end of the year because, they'll come back, but, you know, GTA is going to steal the population from most games. Everybody knows that. You know, with Rust Mobile probably dropping before that, you may see even more fall off, so now's the time to weather the storm. Now's the time to make some money. Talk to us. Make it happen. Please. We have 40% that said, who's saying they're not playing? So 20% said what's GTA, 40% said nah, for real? You guys trolling? You trolling. 50% said nah, get out of here, bro. Who's not playing GTA 6? Okay, if you could this year, because I know it's just dropping on consoles to start. Although most people in here I think are console. There's a mix, but I think most people are console. You see I added this in here. It's beautiful. I shouldn't have let that guy chase me. I'm still butthurt that he took me out. Yeah, if they're going to do any kind of the DLC, it has to be a variation of that. I don't think it can be exactly that one for one. I think Furry's right. I don't think they have it built into that license agreement either. Or else we would have seen more of those items. Like the chippy machine we see in the world, but nobody can craft it because that is a DLC that happens when you purchased Chippy, the game, on Steam. But it is actually physically in the world in the underwater labs. Oh. So we see it there, but we don't see it anywhere else. Oh, it says, I won't play GTA 6 because I won't afford it. Okay, so aside from the cost or maybe it being on PC, if you had the option, would you or would you not be playing it at the end of the year? Yeah, everyone's kind of saying that it's probably going to be $100. Yeah, I don't like where that's going, right? For a lot of reasons. Because then other people will be like, here's my slop for $100. GTA is one of the few games I would pay $100 for, although it is steep. No doubt, it's steep. And I don't like the precedent of it letting everyone else charge that much for it too, because let's be honest, a lot of AAA titles as of late have really sucked cheeks. So there's that. I like that term, Ubislop. You know what I mean? These big AAA titles do all this crazy stuff. These suits have these crazy salaries. and then we get just junk. I'm not debating things that cost more, but at the same token, it feels like the overhead has increased far too much. I'm okay with GTA 6 paying $100 because that's the type of game that lasts for a long time, but that's the exception. By no means am I going to be paying $100 for the other slop we've been getting out of AAA studios, dude. Ubi slop. No thanks. You gotta earn that. I love how they say, like, oh, you know, we gotta cover the cost. I'm like, bro, you're making so much money off of microtransactions. So what do you mean you're not covering the cost? And how many just games that have had huge budgets, especially from EA, that have just eaten garbage. Hot garbage. What was the one? It was Anthem. Trash. The last Mass Effect. Trash. Right? And they're the ones notorious for big, big budgets. Hot trash. $100 plus $15 for every DLC. Yeah, everyone's saying it's gonna be $100. Yet I don't think they need to charge that because they're always gonna make like their shark cards make so much money. So they probably just should get it out the door. If it's $100, it's gonna be rough, dude. I'll probably end up still getting it, but this is good afternoon. Once I spent like $300 in a day buying in-game stuff on GTA 5. See? Yeah. That's a real thing that'll happen. So it's like, why do they need to charge the core game to be $100? They didn't recoup their costs by GTA 5. Do you know what I mean? So, sorry, I got back and there was a poll. Yes. Alright, so our poll says... for real, who's playing GTA 6 when this comes out 2 months from now? 40% said yes. 10% said what's GTA? Funny guys. And then 50% said nah, which could also be because of the $100 price tag. Which, that makes sense. But still, if you're looking at, in our small sample size, at least half the player base migrating to play, or it's going to be sucking up a lot of the time, you can't be selling skins when people are playing GTA. And Rust Mobile is going to be doing the exact same thing for less. And I don't know what the price point is for that, but it's going to pull away some players for sure. I know we're going to at least try because it has minis, dude. Good point. Cork says, if GTA is woke, then disappointment. I hope they don't do that. The best part of GTA is the satire on the current state of everything. And it is crude. But yeah, I hope they don't let off the... That's always been such a great comedic part of GTA. The personalities on the radio are always hilarious. I hope they don't cut back on that. I heard they've cut out some stuff out of GTA 5, but... Yeah, I'm with you. Hope it's not hot garbage. Yeah, I'll be... I mean, because we do content and stuff, I'll probably end up getting it, even though I don't really... I'm not down with the $100 price tag. Right? Like, in principle, but also, I'm willing to almost pay that because GTA is so good. But again, with the woke angle, kind of puts me back to the 50-50 situation where it's like, you know? I don't want to support something that's like, hey... DEI all day, and you're like, bro, just give us something good, right? If it's part of the story, great, but don't be shoehorning it into everything. It doesn't, you know? We know when it's happening, and it stinks. What was, well, the whole game was, so it was a Concord. That was such a joke. Concord was ridiculous. Nobody wanted to play that. And you're like, yeah, obviously. Dude, Concord, I didn't even remotely look fun. It was like, that's the definition of slop. Don't you think? Absolute slop. Where they're like, what's good right now? Shooters? Battle Royales? Okay, great. Now, what do we shoehorn in? Yeah, the kids seem to like the woke stuff. Let's go ahead and shoehorn that in. All right, let's just slap it together. It doesn't really matter if you're good at coding. We make sure we check all the boxes. Like, guys, I don't care if the whole dev team is women or, you know, Asian people. To be fair, the Asians are really great at coding. If it's the whole studio is women, Asian women, because they are the best coders, and that makes a great game, that's all we want, right? I don't care if they make good stuff and they're passionate about what they make. Yeah, let everybody do that. You know what I mean? If it means there's no dude in there, 100%. But like, you know what I'm saying? We just want something good. We don't care who's doing it. Same with our movies, same with our games. I think games and movies are kind of going through the same growing pains of like these people coming out of college, these executives are all have this idea in their head where like this is what everybody wants and it's not what we want. It's not what we want. You know? The Star Wars franchise has been absolutely shit upon, which is arguably the best IP in existence, and how do you really mess that up? You have so many people passionate about it. Oof, yeah, I'm going to go off. You know what I mean? Like, how do you mess that up? I feel like all of them have been pretty bad. All the Star Warses. Mandalorian started off strong, but then got extremely weak. Boba Fett was a disappointment. Hey, well, like, how do you mess up Boba Fett, dude? He's a freaking an assassin, a freaking bounty hunter. How do you screw that up? Yeah, I think movies and games are kind of in the same boat where you've got this management kind of driving it in a weird direction. And it's like, A, it doesn't really fit. They don't really know who their audience is or player base. And it's like, what are we doing, guys? Look, if people only named Steven make good games, then guess what? Welcome to Studio Steven. You know what I'm saying? No one's going to give it all that it's a studio full of Stevens if that's all they do is make great content. It's like, bro, yes, please. Like, is your name Steven? No? Alright, we can't hire you. Okay. We just want good games, good movies. Is that too much to ask? I'll tell you what, if Studio Steven made good Star Wars, sign me up. Studio Becky, whatever. If only Becky's made good games, then guess what? We're gonna get all the Beckys together and make the next movie. The Book of Boba Fett, I says I hated all three of the new movies. Yeah, like, I'm telling you, dude, it's like the opposite of the Midas touch. Everything they touch goes to poop. I feel like anybody of recent year that's in that management position, they must be like drinking their own Kool-Aid so much they lose touch so fast. What was it, the whole Bud Light thing? It was a good example where they just pissed off everybody who actually buys their product. I don't even remember what it was about. It was some chick just spouting some talking points from like recent academia, which is like, what? We're like, yo guys, just make beer, right? Make a relatable or funny ad. I think that's all anybody ever wanted. But when you talk down to the people buying your product, that doesn't make any sense, does it? For anybody. It's dumb. I don't know who will convince the suits that was ever a good idea. And even if somebody did talk you into it, all you have to objectively do is step back and go, are we getting blasted in the cornhole with sales, poor sales? Yes? Okay, then our most recent changes probably aren't great. At what are there no self-checkpoints for any of that, right? Blows my mind. I feel like a lot of that happens with like some of that's happened for like Rust Console. That's why I said, I go, look, I don't think management plays this game or is even close to it. They don't even think they peer into like the community for a second to see what the chatter is. Because if you did, you would see what the overwhelming majority of conversation is. It's like, hey, talk to us. Please give us some content. This feels too slow. Yes, Sergeant, 100%. Well, it's funny because like everybody tried that for a while and it's not great. And now that we're getting rid of it, people are making complaints about it. You're like, really? You know what I mean? Studio Becky, dude. If Becky makes the best movies, then Star Wars, the credits will be real simple. Made by Becky's. I'm down for that. Whatever. We just want good movies. We want good games. That's it. I think that's why indie studios do so well, to be perfectly honest. They don't have that like crazy overhead of like somebody going, hey, look, I just came out of Harvard and this is what they're teaching us in business school. It is the most disconnected shit you've ever heard. Right? Because the people that are in an indie studio are just focusing on the game, and that's all that matters, dude. Everything else should be supporting that idea. And as soon as you start to deviate from that, then you're losing the plot. I think that's a fair statement. Right? I just hate to see like Star Wars or guys, even like I think they gave it a good effort, but I still think it flopped. Like the Halo franchise. 343, not a great studio for that. Right? And that's a great IP too. And like, why are you letting like people just drive it into the ground? Why? You know? There's no reason for that. To be fair, I think Destiny's falling under the same thing too. So I don't even know if Bungie could save it, to be perfectly honest. I feel like they're getting, what is that? Is there a saying where you sniff your own farts? I feel like they're all doing that. Or they just get too corporate and they lose the plot. Maybe that's it. Why can't they be more like Gabe? I like that Gabe slam dunk it. He goes, look, anything that's selling ads in Steam, we're not going to support it. We're going to cut you from the store. I was like, dude, Gabe knows what's up. Gabe's a gamer. He knows. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little scared when Gabe, when he passes away, and I hope he doesn't. Hope he has a long life, but he's getting older. And, I don't think his son is into games like he is. So most likely, I think it goes to his son last I checked. And he might sell it. We don't know. It kind of looks like he might. So, dude, how much would that suck if, Steam got bought by, EA or something? Ugh. Right? Doesn't that just make you feel kind of nauseous to go, oh, man, really? Right? Ugh. Feels like dropping your brand new phone in a giant mud puddle. You're like, oh, what a shame. It's an ick. Says Harley Davidson played that game and got burned too. Says hopefully they fix that soon. Yeah, I thought they dipped and then they got out. Are they back in it again? I hope not. It's like, what? Like, why are they teaching in school? Don't listen to the customer, right? All you got to do is just get, and it's easier than ever to know what your consumers are doing or saying. We're so connected. You just if you're in management at all, just fire up old Twitter or just jump on your Discord for your product or your game and find out. Take an evening. Heck, do it while you're taking a dump. Right? Do a little research while you're taking a poo. Something. Okay, I'm bringing up my notes here so we can do this on the off the rip. I want to make sure we have all the parts. So it looks like we have 3 for each side, then a conveyor. I thought I had a conveyor in here. Oh, maybe we threw them on the wall. I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. I tell you what, if you like science fiction, you've heard me say this before. Star Trek Discovery is a really good series. Whatever you feel about Star Trek or whatever, if you like sci-fi and you want kind of like that cool Star Wars feeling you used to have, where you're like, yeah, science fiction, that's a great series. If you want some good science fiction, read nothing about it, just go into it. I think if you have Paramount Plus, I think that's who owns it. I think you can watch it. So good. Yeah, it's it's a giant story, so don't look up anything about it because you're gonna ruin plot lines for yourself. If you want to be surprised and have a good time and a good ride, Star Trek Discovery is so good. That's an interesting, yeah. Cork says separate servers for old gen sounds pretty good. That's a good way to kind of maybe separate some of that and unshackle the next gen consoles, which are kind of current gen, to maybe do that and you know, give us some more options. They did do it for a period of time for, I was gonna say oil ship, cargo oil, oil rig. Remember, they had some servers that had 2 of them on there, and then most of them had a single because it was dropping frames or whatever. It was causing instability back at the time. So that would be an interesting point. Maybe they're going to do something like that. Maybe they're going to launch 2 different versions. Maybe that's why things are a bit slow. We don't know. We just want any form of communication, which would be fantastic. I keep looking for the conveyor, but I don't think we have it. But yeah, that's an excellent point. I would be down for that. Look, I'll be happy for the entire year if we get some kind of transportation. If we get cars, airplanes, we're good for a while, I think. You know, until we get into GTA 6. Because I'll be honest, we're going to be playing some of that. Faux show. Oh, wait. Oh, that was on my other. Okay. There's the other one. I knew I had another one. We're making a very complex circuit. You want to see Star Trek Picard? I hear that's good too. Kimmy says it's really good. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I think she recommended Discovery as well, if I'm not mistaken. It was really good. And if you wanted to do one of those plot lines that actually are part of the story, I think they do one of those plot lines really well. You'll know what I'm talking about when you get in there. But there's some other plot lines where you're like, well, maybe that's a bit much. Either way, that one's really good though. The whole series is good. Just if you were interested in watching it, don't look anything up. It'll ruin plot lines because somebody will be like, "What do you think about the ending?" And you're like, "Ah, jeez." It's good. However you feel about Star Trek is irrelevant. You should watch that if you like science fiction. I told Razor doesn't like any of that stuff, and he and I had a mandate and watched the entire thing. We like screen shared and like for hours on end. A second, I'm checking something. Yeah, this is right. Just give us something to get our toes wet. 100%, dude. Yeah, Kimmy's got good recommendations for good science fiction. She's a science fiction lover, and I'm fairly certain. This is Star Trek Discovery. Hell no, dude! I'm telling you, it's good. Like, if you watch the first episode and you're not into it, so be it. I'm telling you, dude, right away. It's just boom, boom, boom. It's good, and the whole thing is like a continuous story. So you really need to start at the beginning and not have anything spoiled. You'll be glad you did. Everybody I've recommended it to really loves it, and they like end up binging the whole thing. Yeah, because I know like other Star Trek people have feelings about it, which is fine. But like Star Trek Discovery feels like a very long movie with like a really cool series. It's so good, dude. It feels okay. It feels like if you ever watched the J.J. Abrams version of Star Trek, What was it? Khan? That was cool because I feel like it opened it up for a lot of different people, and it was like fast paced and it had like a look to it. The effects were really good. That same feeling you get when you watch Star Trek Discovery. So good. I'm telling you, if you're a lover of science fiction, do it. I cannot recommend it enough. Regardless of what you feel about Star Trek, you should watch it. I promise. I got your back, dude. If you like big booty bitches, I recommend the big booty bitches. You know what I'm saying? Not that there's big booty bitches in there, I don't think. Actually, there might be one. Hear me out, Rust in Space. Honestly, Rust 2 could be in that ballpark. I'm checking something. Okay. What did I say? What I missed is like 19 seasons of something. Non-stop for years. He says now we get like 8 episodes and have to wait another year to get another 8. If the series was a hit. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Although, to be fair, Star Trek Discovery is complete. I believe there's 5 seasons total. But if you want like a rapid fire, one episode builds off the other. So good. Alright, check out my notes. We're going to start building this. Probably should make another set of chords. Okay, so we have 3 bases out here. I don't know. I'll probably have to go outside and... Alright, let's put these through the pipeline. Oh, wait, I need these for counting. Hold on. Gonna need at least 3 more of these. Another 2 of those. Is it 3 for each? So 3, 4, 6, 12. So we have 5. We need 7. Alright, we made quite a bit here. What's up, Static? Just tuning in. He says, are we crafting spikes right now? No. So I like have something to talk about every week. Yeah. That's like old TV though, you know? I do miss that. The on-demand mindset of the world kind of sucks. Yeah, it's like the what is it? The Netflix thing where they release the whole season is both a blessing and a curse. 'Cause it's like you shotgun it so hard, you're like, oh, now I gotta wait so long. But it's hard to like not watch the whole thing right away, especially if you're really into it. Oh, I need more splitters. What am I doing? We need at least 3 more splitters. At least. Yeah, the on-demand stuff is... Yeah, the old school way of having it like a trickle was nice. I agree with that. I think we can just leave out the light on the back side. I'm looking at the notes that we took last time. So we'll have a doctor's appointment. Just another quick checkup. It says, have a great stream and stay surviving. Alright, thanks, man. Hopefully everything goes well over there on the old checkup. Oh, quick, Sergeant. Do you have recent information for the when you decide to join it? I don't know. I thought I sent it. Maybe I didn't. Or maybe we refreshed it. Hang on, let me double check. Because now I'm confused. I don't think you do. Alright, let me send that one. Yeah, because the one I see is not... It's funny, I'm looking through all the different things that we send for this. I'm like, oh, well, it is confusing because the list is always changing. Okay, found it. I believe this is it. Yes. Okay. Should be good. Well, to be fair, we had to wait anyways. Because these weren't ready to be put out there. Yeah, so last time we checked, and I'm sure we can make this a bit cleaner, as I think it's 2,200 for each module, so you're looking at roughly 6,000, almost 7,000 total metal for the whole system for 3 bases. But by the time you got 3 bases, 7,000 shouldn't be too nuts. Yeah, that would be cool. I'm not opposed to it. Like, I think we're all just kind of waiting for like the next big content piece to come in, you know? Plus, I know January and February is like the slow month for a lot of creators. A lot of people kind of like do their planning or take vacation and stuff. So, but yeah, I'm down for something like that. What type of content would you want them to do, Jade? Seems pretty seems pretty standalone, if you will. Yeah, no, I'm not opposed to it. You talking about the custom server, Holly? Okay, are we done combining? Crafting. Did Mikey 2X? Okay, cool. Yeah, it's like if you're on that server we're playing on, please don't stream snipe. Yeah, trying to finish the last. Okay, so back to the poll. 42% said 110% they will be playing GTA 6. 16% said was GTA. 42% said nah. I should have put on there, regardless of price, because I know that'll probably be a factor for a lot of people. Because honestly, if I wasn't making content, I would probably wait on the GTA, to be honest. Because $100 is steep, right? And I don't like the precedence that's going to set for other people to start charging that either. Because, you know, it'll never go back. Sadly. People are speculating that it's going to be $100, and they're kind of inching towards it. But I don't like that the industry's waiting for that foot to drop so they can be like, fine, then we can charge $100 for the base game. I'm like, I don't know about that. There's been a lot of junk that's come out, and it wasn't worth freaking $30 if it was $30, so why would we pay $100? Call me crazy. You're a jackass. Yes. So we now have 3 bases we can throw this into. Oh yeah, they totally will. %. No doubt. Alright, so I was thinking we could throw this on the back wall here. We'd have to flush out the rest of this side over here, I think. But in the meantime, this will work. Alright, sorry for all the delays here. Yeah, I think we can squeeze most of it in there. Although these little bulbous ends might be a bit of a problem. Maybe we can flick them the other way. Yeah, I haven't been pre-ordering for a long time. I mean, honestly, a lot of the games that have been hinting towards a lot of that woke crap, because the woke stuff isn't the problem. It's just, it's synonymous with a poor product. And that's, I think, the issue a lot of gamers have. You know what I'm saying? And some of the woke stuff maybe you take an issue with, for sure. But, like, for the most part, if anything becomes woke in a game, it usually means it's slop. And, like, 80 to 90% of the time. Am I right? Maybe higher. So it's like, whenever we hear that's happening, I will back off that game. I won't even buy the game. I definitely won't pre-order. And I won't even, I'll wait on buying the game too, because I was like, you know what? It might be a flop. No matter how strong the IP is. Like, Halo was like that. I played the beta for Halo, and it was hot garbage. They could have saved it. But, like, they were so busy trying to do other things, they forgot that they were Halo. Like, to be fair, they did go back and make the graphics better for that. So that was a win for them. But that's not enough to sell the game. Like, the gameplay has to be good. And it's like they were trying to be like Call of Duty, but they weren't. The time to death was too fast, and none of the guns felt like they made a difference. And it's like, this isn't Halo. It was rock, scissors, paper, shotgun. Right? That was the core element of the game. And the time to kill wasn't like fractions of a second. You know what I mean? And it was like they had these other cool weapons, but they weren't enough to do anything. So like they could have saved it. Anyways, point is, no matter what the pre-orders were, no matter how strong the IP is, if there was any kind of indication that it was going to be garbage, I would wait. And to be fair, I dodged a lot of bullets. I haven't gotten a Call of Duty in probably a decade. Even the free one I didn't download. The Halo stuff, I've dodged a bullet, which is sad to say. I really love that franchise a lot. The Infinite one was crazy. And I could almost get into the classic version, but they started putting all these weird armors in that, and I was like, dude, what are you doing in the original game, man? Stop that. Like a rainbow helmet? You're like, what? The helmets were always, like, in fiction. Part of, you know what I mean? Master Chief wouldn't be rolling with something bright like that. Yeah, Call of Duty is rough. Call of Duty's been hot garbo for a long time. Should probably make our shelf back there, huh? I gotta pee. I'll be right back. Jeez, I'm gonna float away. Hold on. Booby slap. Okay, thanks for waiting. I don't want to go outside with those materials. I'm just gonna grab this stuff real quick because it's quite a bit of metal that's on my person. Pop one in the area. Sleeping bags. Yeah, so we have 3 bases. The other one's kind of weak sauce, but the third one. What's crazy is to get the other nodes to spawn, I hit a lot more sulfur nodes than I typically would. But to be fair, it's been hard to farm around prime time. A lot of people are really anxious to murder you. It says, RCE is the only multiplayer game I play. I refuse to play Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76 because they have always been traditionally single player games. Yeah, and Fallout 76 came out rough. I used to play Siege back in the day, but I haven't recently. Oh, Siege rank. You talking about it in Rusty Poo? No, not unofficial or anything. Not yet. I think you're talking about Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, we should make our shelf in there too while we're at it. Yeah, see. Oh my goodness, I left that door open? Whoa, that was very dumb of me. This place is high traffic too. That was dangerous. You get my chat? Just make sure you use the in-game report system for the server. Jade, you owe me a rock. I want my rock back. Oh yeah? Ooh. You could probably seal this off now, I think. Alright, we gotta pick this up. Probably need to flip these guys out. I thought I hit the lock by accident. You're waiting on Fallout 5? Hopefully they do well. Yeah, you just hate to see like good games, good IP just slowly succumb to the popular trend that's not good for gaming. I suppose we can leave this one. You know what? Yeah, we'll open this one up. I don't like that shelf sticking through. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things because that compartment's not super relevant. Okay, so our invisible halfway mark. Oh, you know what? We should probably just do this. Right? Can't we just, You think a new foundation type would be good? Oh, and Rust? That'd be nice. Alright, let's make an invisible line, or visible line. Kind of help us with our halfway mark. It's a little crooked, but that's fine. A little crooked. Oh man. Oh, I lost all that scuba equipment. I was like, I could just put on my lamp. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have it. Shoot. Let me, dang it. Let me go grab a lamp or something on the interior. Days Gone 2. Since I play that, I don't think. I don't think I played the first one. Ooby slop. Alright, is there anything else we wanted to pull through for that? You know what, we might as well craft a few more things while we're waiting, because I kind of want to burn any kind of nighttime light. Alright, checking the notes. So each side is going to take 2 ores and 2 ands. That's a lot easier to remember. Actually, we need another 3 of those splitters. I'll try to get one full complete set. 1, 2, 3. 2 ands. 2 ores. Oh, do we not have ores? That's shocking. Okay, well let's get that taken care of. Can't believe we don't have 2 ores. Is there ore right here? Yep, okay. Problem solved. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't have the ore. The goal is to have at least 2 of these up and running, so at least it'll transfer between the 2. And then to be fair, we might just pull crazy aggro so we can test out the system. I don't know where we're going to stick those computer stations so we can observe, but it would be the best case scenario for us to be able to watch. Yeah, I feel like the engine for 76 wasn't for that game. I'll stand next to level 2 here. Alright, checking the notes. We're looking pretty good on that side. 3 on that. If we decide to add a light, I'll just throw them up there, but that's like another 7,500 fragments that we don't need to waste. I was thinking the same thing. A rectangular shape smaller than a 2 square foundation would work. Are you busting? I think some of the logic circuits should be like 50 fragments. Some. It used to be high quality back in the day. Okay, our main power circuit, actually we use another branch, but that's fine. We'll at least get this wall up and running. Then we'll go to the other side and do the same thing. Says I've started using the piping system in Rust and I love it. I made a hidden loot room using them. It says you can hide the conveyor in the head of a bear rug. Ooh. That's hot. Okay. We got them all crafted. This should be enough for at least 1.5. Yeah, the conveyor system's actually really cool. I've been a big fan of it for a while. Gambling tables would be cool. Says free range, no, it still isn't worth it. It says not worth a full play. Oh, you're talking about Fallout 4. Oh, I forgot to tell you, when I signed in today, the same scrubs that have been trying to raid us every day were back. And they blew the door off and tried to jackhammer a solid metal wall. So I just picked up their level 2 and sealed everything up again, and they're back to square one, which is hilarious. They just keep taking L's. I love it. It's my favorite thing. That shadow is not good. What is that about? Can we stick it here for now? Let's just try it like this. Do this? What is that? Do we just need it over there? Why is that so bad? I guess we can put it... Whoa, that is a crazy block there. Okay, well, whatever. At least we can see. What is that shadow? We can probably put a lot of this down low now. Although we do need enough room for some piping. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Actually, let's just stick it on that bar. That feels pretty... That feels alright. And this is the off piece that comes through. Then we have another piece that is part of this operator, which roughly sits here. And the pass-through should be the green that goes up and over. Probably get that closer to the ground. Okay, let's see how much I can do from memory. Purple should go up and over. This becomes the pass-through. Oh, did I hit pass-through on this? Oops, I did not. That's why that's not lining up. This goes to our increment. Target should be, this one is the lighter one. Putting those brain meats to work. Yes. Brain meat. Alright, this is the inverted section that goes down and around. And this goes into power off, which I think is the one closest to me. Wait, those got flip-flopped. Our turn on and off. Like, wow, I didn't realize these were backwards. Okay. Those should be on the other side. Did that happen recently? It's interesting. Instead of this one going to the light, which goes to the on. Okay, so red, and the white is going to be the power for our memory cell. Oops, that's not correct. It's a little bit hard when you have the acceleration on your thumbstick where you turn it, it goes like really fast so you can flick. It's not conducive for electronic work. Not at all. This little guy can actually be slid over. So would also like to see a circuit breaker on how to eliminate the need for all other stuff box. Oh, you mean like a sort? Is that what you're talking about? I'm just happy to be able to get the succubus there. I know, right? Get some butt cheeks in the mix. Okay, and then I think I put green off of the came out kind of at an angle, and then this is the set. Yep, okay, good. Now, if this is the lower one, this needs to be 1, if I'm not mistaken. That determines the sensitivity of the circuit. And I'm not really sure where to stick the sensors themselves. Special rug in the shop now kind of sucks. Yeah, it's like okay. I know what you mean. Right, that's pretty good. That's solid, brother. Solid. Conveyor really doesn't need to be much of anything else. That's actually not too bad. Actually, having our the metal frame here actually helped quite a bit. Kind of just use that one row there. Is it almost daylight yet? On to the next one. We could have this one almost like it's next to this one, but over it just a little bit, and then kind of push to the top. Kind of try to find like natural alignment for these, so it's a bit easier to kind of place. And then this one was like a little bit under this guy. It can be pretty close to the left, I think. And then the green follows suit. Use the bottom one to line it up because I do like that placement. This is almost another width over to the right, and then right at the reset button. That felt pretty good. Then we had our timer, the in-between. This one here. Yes. Also got the small box and the last of the specials. Everyone says it doesn't glow, but it does. Yeah, it definitely does glow. It's this guy. 100% it does. That's why I got it. And this guy sits on the outskirts to trip the green. I think we had this one low. It's not so bad. Cuts into the bottom, but I don't think that's the worst. That green needs to be red. Red. Do you like that video, Sergeant? Oh, it's probably his appointment. It's my new favorite small box game before it was the treasure chest. I like anything that glows. So, naturally the toxic box was good. Backs. Power in, and now pass through. Beep boop, boop beep. So this one should be the more powerful one, which means that this one is set to 2. This one's set to 1. So 1 C4, 1 rocket will trip that. Beautiful. Backs, you like that? You like that, Mr. Dillingham? You can't handle all those wires? Trust me, they're your best friend. I promise. Increment counter. You don't like how neat they are, though? This is something we've been cooking up in the lab for a minute. I'm very excited to do this. And I'm very excited to aggro a big group. This is really going to put it through its paces. I can't wait. That's the loopback kill switch. That's connected to the other blue one, which should be down here. These are various colors of blue. We'll do regular blue. They all get connected to this guy. We made just enough space. Go us. Light the blue. Start from this side, I think. Oh, we gotta set these to 1. What am I doing? Not 10 seconds. That would break the circuit. Yeah, we probably should just mush this over. We need the space. It's gonna make it look a lot more distracting, but it is what it is. This circuit determines what's dangerous and how many when they've committed to the raid. This will turn on the evac module. To hide the leader. Says I love doing electrical and industrial work. It takes some time to set up, but it saves a lot more time in the long run. 100%. Jeez. Oh man. That definitely needs to be green and not orange. There we go. Perfect. Now, when we took off the other circuit, we could technically just put the other block down here. It makes the wiring look a little crazy, but the module idea is still the same here. I'm thinking we should stick these guys 1 floor below like this, which means we gotta open up the bunker. Don't know how I feel about that right now. Or they could just sit on the interior here. That's an option. That's inside enough that a raid is taking place. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. I don't mind that so much. Heck, we can even put them up here on the lip. Right? Right. Doesn't even have to block anything. Hell yes. What we say these should be, like 9? Maybe even smaller. Every base I build, I do a box of ores going into furnaces, going into at least 3 more boxes feeding directly into my TC. So I don't even have to worry about upkeep. Yes, that is nice. Excellent. Yes. Rusty says, it's been fun hanging out with you guys. She says, but I'm going to jump off. Take care, everyone. And says, keep fighting the good fight. All right, man. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you, dude. Alright, I'm taking all this time to line it up. Somebody comes through and just smashes my shit right away. Isn't that how this always goes? Just like, oh, I got worked. Oh, did I have that backwards? I do? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, duh. Actually, it needs to be yellow. I was piping it as if it were orange, but it's not. This is the real orange line right here. Imagine somebody cracking this open for a raid and they're like, what the hell? Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not. These sensors are buried enough, they should be good for what we're trying to do. I think. Yeah, I'm with you. Once you kind of get a good solution going for these, it takes a bit to work it out. But once you've kind of done it like for a couple wipes, it becomes second nature. You're like, okay, this is the next move. Okay, so those are wired. I couldn't help it. I had to make it all straight. What a freak. Okay, they aren't powered yet. We did the outside grid. Oh yeah, we have to do our logic tree on this downside. So as we build this out, I'm hoping we have enough room in this like dead spot here to kind of put the main power grid. I don't know how we're going to distribute those, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so this is, we need our logic tree. Maybe we can start figuring out the piping and stuff. We could start doing the piping between structures early, even though they're not connected yet, just to kind of get them up and out. We might have to gather a little bit of nodes, because this base over here, this space over here doesn't have its window up or anything. It needs a bit more stone. We could pipe it there, though. We should probably pipe it from here to there, even though they're not fully connected yet. And then we need to do the electronics in the other base. Getting close. Getting very close. And then while we're at it, if we get a few more nodes, we gotta finish flushing out the back wall of this. It needs to not be the only wall exposed outside. Auto-feeding furnaces and TC save me from hours of manually loading. Yes. Even just having a basic furnace, not electric, being fed and then unloaded is worth your time. Because if you save up all of that charcoal, you end up using it later anyways. Okay, our logic tree, I think we can ride most of this up pretty high. If not all the way up. Then our ore goes next to this. And then we have one of these here. That guy's a little close. I might have to scooch that one over. I guess we could do it up there if we really needed to. Actually, that might work better, to be honest. As it feeds that anyway. Boom, happy accident acquired. Oh yeah, this one probably needs to be 3 if I'm not mistaken. Let's get the rest of the logic tree. Hopefully we have room for this. I think we go and then or. And then or. A little room for piping. Might be a little close to the circuit here. These can, I think, just be on top of each other. And then I think we go to and at the bottom. Orange. I'm checking my notes because, man, I wish we didn't lose the block that we did. It was really good. So we took the comms off completely. Let me check my other set of notes here. Before industrial, I spent most of my time keeping up with furnaces. Then I did roaming. Kind of got boring. Yeah, you kind of had to like have enough of them running automatically, or like running to kind of. Yeah, it got. Yeah, you could go out and like just get more done for sure. Well, let's rope these down here because I know where these go. Ah, so it was filter fail, right? That was our trip state? Yes. I don't want to second guess myself again. Filter fail. Oh, I think we did put the comms in for this. We don't have to though. I think we left it off. How to lose brain cells? You mean keep it? think just standard. Red, gray. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yes, very good. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, we need to connect the logic tree. Hold up. I said I wish my circuits looked that good. I says I usually just lose patience and start running straight between connections. Yeah, I understand that. I do. So this is the main power in right here. The white line across is it doesn't need to be there. Uh-huh. Are you busting? My balls. Good, James Brown. Don't project your lack of brain cells or losing brain cells onto me, brother. Don't know what you're talking about. Perfect. Oh yeah. Yeah, so our main power in is going to be right here. We could technically get these smushed down and probably get this guy up here, maybe. Although, to be fair, we kind of want the space for the piping on that side. Because we'll just end up channeling it down that side. It's on Thursday, Holly. Yeah, maybe we could put it there, but it's a little chunky. Eh. Could we put the combiner around here too? I guess we could. Yeah, in theory, I guess we could. Hmm. Yeah, because I don't want to have to carry the piping around for too long. Yeah, just read the welcome message when you come in, Holly. Are you busting your butt cheeks? We could put them up on the ceiling too, but we kind of want them. Yeah, it's about protecting them, kind of like these guys. Maybe we do kind of keep them up there in the lip. I have to put our boxes in first. Yeah, because technically this is pretty far in. Hell yeah. Holly, check the welcome message when you enter the server. Everything you need to know. Trying to think. In the interest of not... The way we're consolidating the piping. Man, I think I had a... Yeah, we should just set up the windows for this. So Russ is saying nothing again. So it's just waiting for the roadmap. It says I'm getting impatient. Same, dude. Same. I guess we could put it at the top of the lip here. So this is the outgoing. This is the incoming. Everyone's getting impatient. 100%. Yes. Gotta make sure there's no overlap with that circuit. We'll have to metal frame that door. Mostly because we will have an armored door at some point, but also because we don't want that to break too soon. And what's really nice is we have these all neatly. So this should be like what? Red base? Blue base? I'd be careful I don't pick up those other... Make this one like blue base. How about that? I gotta take off the window, huh? Yeah, that's the guys that were raiding me. That's their level 2. I just stuck it in here. I'm like, hey, thanks, guys. Okay, so this is blue. This comes off this split. Or just bring it right up to the front here. Come on, make that jump. That was very close. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. I see why those connectors had to be inside, but also pretty close. Because of that stretch. tell you. Need to make that backsplash metal too. Ow. I have to pop the main seal here in a bit. I just don't want it to be open for too long. There's enough big people in the area, and the server's active enough that if we get it before it's time, that would suck, because we're so close. And this normally wouldn't take this long, but we're kind of working out the kinks. Oh yeah. Are you busting? There's something else we gotta move over, but I can't remember what the heck it was. Yeah, we might have to go run, do some water stuff. Do I have any more yellow berries? I don't know if we do. I know. We need to make another canoe because we lost it in that that skirmish. I got my shit handed to me, dude. Oh, there's yellow right there. Perfect. This is how do you go live on YouTube on Xbox? You have a computer. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a node run to fix the rest, but at least we've got a lot of the circuitry up on that backside. We'll have to do a count of what we have in the other base. We're gonna have to leave them open for a second, which makes me a little nervous. Both the cores. Yeah, if we have to go run out, I'd rather these be sealed. Yeah, any computer should work. I'm not gonna lie, that cargo ship sounds pretty tempting. It's so funny those scrubs keep coming back to try to raid. I keep taking their friggin' workbenches. I took a level 1 of theirs and now I have a level 2. What's next, level 3? I mean, clearly they have a level 3. Who brings over their level 2 to raid? Like, who does that? Come on. There we go. Nice. Not bad. Excellent. Yeah, we could definitely benefit from another, like, fatty node run. Oh, nice, we already have wood in here. baby. Now, if we could run this as disconnectables, having the piping run across that would be pretty hot. Don't you think? Because I think it would hide it better, but also kind of take out the... It's essentially anti-climb. Yes. It's beautiful. Once this works properly, it's going to evac all the good stuff to the other bases. Hot. Good thing we had a bunch of satchels. We can use that to kind of test the system too. Hell yeah. Let's go pick up a mission. And then let's just kind of spot check some node locations, see if we can't start scooping a little bit. Remember before we went way out and just kind of like popped an ore tea and started farming? I think that's going to be our best option. That's a bear. Kind of scout the shoreline, see what's up. Because if we get enough stone or wood, we can also put some walls around once we have everything else kind of good. Probably should have brought a pickaxe or something. I want a fast, sure thing. Safe. If we did the walls, I'm trying to think the one that makes the most sense. Maybe wood first? I don't know, question mark? Ah, I should have brought a rock, I didn't. Another bear going after the chicken aggressively. This guy's got double walls. What a chode. What a douche. What we should probably end up doing, but it's not like high on the list this time around, making stuff into XBlow. To condense all the really high value stuff, but I'm more worried about the circuit we're making. Yeah, because we're going to need a decent amount of metal still. The other thing is, for either of the walls, I don't have any gates. That's a problem. No gates? We can make our own, I guess. Ouch. 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 Oof. I'm pretty messed up. Yes. I heard those gunshots. They sounded awfully close to the base. Man, somebody really screwed up all the trees back here. Jeez, that chicken scared me. Uh-huh. I think I was in this bush? I don't know. Yes? No? This bush? Oh no. It says, I had a box of guns, but I just quit because I was just 4+ mans running everywhere. I mean, you sure you're not getting third party? Brother man. Oh, it's in play. Which weird bunker base? Ooze. Oos. The one that had the offset? We're currently running it now. Yes. Yeah. Are you staying? About the floor stack? Were they like close to each other or was it spread apart? The close one we're currently using right now. And we're running the unrateable module into it right now as we speak. Oh no, I am. 100%. Is that a thoroughbred? Dude, we're stealing that. Yeah, that's definitely the game plan. I wanted to put them in play so we could tighten up the some of the gotchas, which I think we have pretty well. Yeah, I'm taking this guy's freaking hoopty. We're out of here. Bye, bit. Okay, the horse is like, nah, I don't want to be led. I'm out of here. I didn't realize how late it was. It's already almost midnight. Jeez, when did we start? It's been around like 9-ish. Kinda, sorta. Yeah, I got stuff going on early tomorrow. Yeah, I guess we can probably wrap it up for now. Let me get this horse back in the base. Yeah, I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to. Definitely don't want to. Oh. He wasn't low health, was he? I feel like that's happened a bunch. Oh my goodness, dude, that horse just ate it. Right? That horse was like decent health, right? Yeah, how come he dropped? Is it because he was underwater for too long? Is it how'd the horse die? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's happened at least one other time, right in that same spot. I don't think they can drown in the water. Yeah, and another horse that did the exact same thing in the exact same spot like 2 days ago. Rip? Yeah, I think we'll have to tie this one off earlier than I expected just because we got stuff going on tomorrow. But we'll pick this up ASAP as first thing. I might even be on like early in the evening, maybe late afternoon tomorrow, which would be excellent. I am reluctant to stop now because I know every time we stop, we always get raided, and we're always so close, and we're closer than we've ever been. But yeah, we'll have to because it's almost midnight, and I gotta wrap this up. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Drop a like if you haven't already. If you're into it, consider dropping a subscribe, turning on those notifications if it's something you think you'd like to watch, and hopefully we'll be on sooner than later. And you're right, Ooze. We should have the build out first, and then if we make modifications, we should release another one. Because that is the plan, is to release this one. We just wanted to test it, but... Alright guys, we'll see you in the next one. Good night.